and welcome to Cawley Stadium in Lowell, Massachusetts. The site today for the MVC Championship between the Tewksbury Redmen and the Central Catholic Raiders. Thank you for tuning in on Tewksbury TV. I'm Andrew Del Piana, as we're just moments away from this special presentation in Lowell, Massachusetts. The top two teams in the Merrimack Valley Conference battling it out for the ultimate crown in this unusual season. But one of these top two teams going to reign supreme in the Merrimack Valley Conference just a few hours from now. The Tewksbury Redmen off a 5-1 season, coming into this lone championship game, while Central Catholic at a perfect 6-0, declining the opening coin toss as the Redmen offense will get the ball first. Number 1, Nick Mazzi will get the MVC championship underway at the 40-yard line. The ball is up in the air and the MVC championship is underway. The kick taken by Kyle Dorigo at the 2-yard line, running past the 25, and then spun down by a few Raiders, and that's where we'll see Ryan Rometta in the Redmen offense for the first time. The Redmen offense putting up 27 points in the 49-27 loss to St. John's Prep last weekend, suffering their first loss of the season. Ryan Rometta with 14 completions on 20 pass attempts for 153 yards, throwing 2 picks and adding 2 touchdowns, bring him up to 7 passing TDs and 3 interceptions on the season. First play from scrimmage will come from the Redmen 32-yard line, the Redmen in the I formation. Meta, handoff to the left side. Dorigo nearly eaten up in the backfield. And the second effort is number 44 came in. Tom Casey, the senior captain of the Raiders, making the stop on first down. A loss of a yard from Kyle Dorigo.
Number 44, Tommy Casey. Loss of 1 on the play. Makes it 2nd and 11 for the Redmen.
Central Catholic, who has dominated the MVC throughout the last few years since 2011, has won 8 MVC Division I titles. And this season, nothing like anything else. The team continues to stay dominant in the MVC. 2nd and 11 from the Redmen 26. Rometta looking right, throwing right. He's got Dorigo, makes the catch past the 35-yard line, and then pulled down by Mark Ciccarelli. But a first down for the Redmen, a nice completion out to Kyle Dorigo to the 40-yard line.
And that is a Tewksbury first down. Ball now spotted on the 40. 1st and 10 for the Redmen.
Central Catholic, who has outscored opponents 216-32 this season, and winning every game by at least 3 scores, putting them at a perfect 6-0 here coming in the MVC Championship. A first down completion to Kyle Dorigo puts the Redmen at the 40-yard line. Meta, handoff up the middle for Kalu'olu, bouncing off a few Raider defenders, keeping his feet moving. Look at Kalu'olu, that extra effort, pushing him past midfield, and another Redmen first down. Olu, who ran for 79 yards in the win last week, including an 80-yard touchdown, showing off the muscles there, pushing forward, an 11-yard gain, another Redmen first down.
Tewksbury first down, cross midfield, 1st and 10 for the Redmen from the Central 49.
And the Redmen, who had a tough time last week moving the ball against St. John's Prep, already 2 first downs on this opening drive, 2 minutes into the first quarter. The Redmen moving on to the central side of the field, 1st and 10 from the Central 49. Handoff up the middle for Olu, this time to left side, barrels over a defender, and then taken down by a gaggle of Central players for a short gain up to the 48, a gain of a yard.
Olu again, the ball carrier for Tewksbury. Hitting the hole immediately by number 34, Matthias Rayleigh. Gain of only 1 brings up 2nd and 9 for the Redmen.
2nd and 9 from the central 48-yard line. A 1-yard gain on first down for Olu. He'll stay in the ball game in the backfield with Rometta coming under center. Fake the handoff to Olu. Rometta looking downfield left side. He's got McKay and just overshot him as McKay reached out that right hand when it wasn't able to pull it in. The pass incomplete, bringing up a 3rd and 9 for the Redmen.
Brings up 3rd and 9 for Tewksbury.
It was a nice play call for the Redmen as McKay found himself some separation but wasn't able to haul it in with that right hand. The Redmen will see their first 3rd down of the day, this one being a 3rd and 9, still at the central 48-yard line. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Rometta, time in the pocket. The Redmen pick up the blitz, looking left side. Kelly, it's out of his hands as he had a defender draped all over him, but just wasn't able to bring in the ball. And up comes 4th down for the Redmen, and the punting unit coming onto the field. Number 34, Mathis Lanham, was in coverage for Central Catholic. Two consecutive incompletions lead to a 4th and 9 for the Redmen as Central Catholic has 2 return man inside their own 25. Ryan Rometta, the punter for the Redmen. A high boot off the right foot of Rometta. Central's going to let it fall and then picked up by number 33, Colton Williams, and then slammed down by Mike Kelly and company, and that's where we'll see Central Catholic's offense for the first time. 8.5 minutes left in the first quarter. We'll see the Central offense led by number 2, the junior Aiden Pereira, who's been a stud for the Raiders all season long. A dual threat quarterback that can run and pass. 9 touchdowns through the air and 4 on the ground for Central Catholic. 1st and 10 for Central from their own 22. They fake the run, the pass out to the right side for the top target. Preston Zinter was able to run over Rometta and get a good gain up to the 39-yard line. A gain of 17 for Central on the first play.
Pass complete to Zinter for the Central Catholic first down.
Zinter, who had just 1 reception for 7 yards but had a touchdown in the dominant 36-6 win over the Lawrence Lancers last week. A quick snap. That goes out to the left side this time. This one caught by Ciccarelli, who evades a defender, trying to outrun Ryan Rometta and then pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard line just like that. 2 plays, 2 first downs for the Raiders, already in plus territory.
Pass complete to Ciccarelli. That's another Central Catholic first down. They're now in Tewksbury territory at the 40.
Ciccarelli and Zinter, the top targets for Central Catholic this season for the junior Aiden Pereira. 1st and 10 from the Redmond 40-yard line. Read option. Nice spin move by Pereira, able to get off the defender and then spun down by Rometta. But a beautiful move there made at the 35-yard line by the junior.
Number 10, Ryan Rometta. Gain of about 7, brings up 7 and 3.
A 6-yard gain on first down for Pereira. Pereira looking right, has a receiver, the pass caught, and then wrapped up right at the feet by Mike Sullivan, as it was Ciccarelli making the catch right at the 30-yard line, but Sullivan stopped him right in his tracks. But a first down for Central Catholic. They moved the chains once again.
Tackled by Tewksbury number 7, Michael Sullivan. But Ciccarelli did get the first down, so it's 1st and 10 for Central Catholic.
1st and 10 from the Redmond 30-yard line. The Central offense moving. Direct snap to Pereira, finding an open hole up the middle. And another 15 yards gained for Central Catholic. This one's going to move up to the 15-yard line, a gain of 19.
First down. Inside the 20 now.
And the the Redmond defense, who struggled with the St. John's Prep offense last week, allowing 488 total yards to the Eagles. As the Raiders enter the red zone, Pereira with time to throw, looking at the corner of the end zone, and he dropped a dime in the pocket And it's caught. Ciccarelli in the back of the end zone. What a beautiful throw thrown by Aiden Pereira. And the Raiders take a 6-0 lead.
Pass complete to number 21, Mark Ciccarelli, for the Central Catholic touchdown.
As Pereira threw an absolute dot in the back of the end zone, and Central Catholic striking first on their first offensive drive with under 7 minutes left in the opening quarter. Nick Mazzi, the kicker for Central Catholic, looking to make this a 7-0 ball game. The ball is down the swing of the right leg, and the kick is good. 7-0 Central Catholic with 6:54 remaining in the opening quarter.
Converts the extra point. That makes it 7-0 Central Catholic with 6:54 to go in the first quarter.
Central only facing one play that wasn't a 1st and 10 on the opening drive, as they just moved the ball down the field and put 7 points on the board, take a 7-0 lead. And you can see why Aiden Pereira is such a dangerous threat for the Raiders. Can do it on the ground game and through the air.
Officials have called for the halfway point.
And a beautiful ball thrown in the corner of the end zone for Ciccarelli. They'll take a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 6:54 remaining in the opening quarter. The Central Catholic Raiders drawing first blood in the MVC Championship. Hello and welcome back to Cawley Stadium in Lowell, Massachusetts. Here for the MVC Championship between the Central Catholic Raiders and the Tewksbury Redmen. Thank you for joining us on Tewksbury TV. I'm Andrew Del Piana. 6:54 remaining in the opening quarter. Central Catholic striking first in the MVC Championship off a touchdown reception for Mark Ciccarelli. Mazzi, a line drive kick that will get through the back of the end zone and a touchback. And back on the field comes the Redmen offense after being stuffed right over midfield after a solid start to the drive.
So Tewksbury will begin from the 20.
Central's defense, one of the toughest in the state, as they've only surrendered about 129.5 total yards per game and just allowing a yard and a half per carry in games this season. As they rolled through Division I in the Merrimack Valley Conference and looking for the perfect season at 7-0 after today's game. First and 10 for the Redmen offense from their own 20-yard line. Meta, stretch play to left side for Dorigo. Stuffed up right there at the 24-yard line there by number 24, George Chaya, making the hit on Dorigo. A 4-yard gain up to the Redmen 24, bringing up a 2nd and 6. A solid crowd here in Crowley Stadium, as it's 57 degrees here at game time. Second and 6 from the Redmen 24, as Rometta with Olu in the backfield. Rometta, time to throw, looking through the middle. The pass caught by Will McKay over the 35-yard line, and a first down for the Redmen. Ryan Rometta been on target with those passes today, and he finds a fellow senior captain, Will McKay, for a Redmen first down.
Ball now on the 37, 1st and 10 for the Redmen.
As it was a dart thrown by Rometta, had lots of time in the pocket, went through his progression in finding McKay over the middle, and a first down for the Redmen. Redmen with 16 seniors playing in their final high school game today, looking to cap it off with a W and capture the MVC Cup. Meta throwing out to the left side. Dorigo looking for some blocks and then spun down right at the Redmen sideline by number 34, Mathis Lanham, as he read it the whole way, running north to south on the field.
So number 34, Matthias Latham, all over that one.
There's a loss of 5 yards for the Redmen, backing them up to the 30, to the 32. Latham just in his sophomore campaign listed at 5'10", 186. Forcing Dorigo to lose 5 yards on the last play. Full backfield for the Redmen. Handoff for Dorigo. Finding a hole and getting past the 35-yard line, taken down by a gaggle of Raiders. Able to get back that lost yardage.
Dorigo on the carry.
And he's up to the 37-yard line for a 3rd and long for the Redmen. 4 minutes and change.
Across the original line of scrimmage, so it's 3rd and a long 9 for Tewksbury.
4 minutes and change remaining in the opening quarter. Central Catholic leading 7-0 in the MVC championship. Three receivers on the far sideline for the Redmen with 2 stacked up. A 3rd and 10. They need to get to the 47 for a 1st down. Rometta has Tom Casey coming up the middle. Rometta trying to evade him. He does. Rolling out to his right. Gets by him. Rometta, look at the efforts. But then hit hard by number 22, Jackson Burns. At the 44-yard line. But look at the effort from Ryan Rometta to keep that play alive as no one picked up Tom Casey up the middle.
Stopped short of the 1st down by about 3 yards, so it'll bring up 4th and 3 for Tewksbury.
And the Redmen going to bring out the punting unit. As the offense has made some solid progress, but forcing themselves into those 3rd and longs. It's a gain of 6 from Rometta on the scramble, a 4th and 4. Rometta, the punt nearly blocked, as Mike Kelly will down it at around the 44-yard line. Aiden Pereira and the Raider offense coming back onto the field, looking to add to the lead.
Rometta's punt, fielded by number 6, Michael Kelly, at the 44-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Central Catholic.
Thank you for joining us on Tewksbury TV tonight. I'm Andrew Del Piana at Cawley Stadium for the Merrimack Valley Conference Football Championship. 2:41 remaining in the 1st quarter. Central Catholic up 7-0. Pereira in the shotgun formation, faking the handoff. Pump fake, now throwing one downfield. He's got Zinter and just overshot him as he made a nice fake to the middle there as he looked off the linebacker and the safety, that is.
Zinter does not connect, so it'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Raiders.
That's just of the outstretched arms of Zinter. And you can see why Pereira is such a talented quarterback and throw that ball quite the distance and a lot of air underneath it, just missing Zinter. Pass falls incomplete, 2nd and 10 from the Central 44. The Redmen bring the blitz. Pereira on the end around for Ciccarelli, who's taken down by Kelly and lost the football, but the knee was already down. Tackled right at midfield. A nice little trick play there from the head coach, Chuck Adamopoulos, for the Raiders. Bringing them up to midfield.
Gain of about 6. Ball spotted on the 50, where it'll be 3rd and 4 for the Raiders.
The Central Catholic in those gradient jerseys will face 3rd down for the 1st time today. And the Redmen in a big position right here to make a stop. Central looking to gain to the 46-yard line. They hand it off for Burns. Burns getting past the 1st down marker and more up to the Redmen side of the field on the 41.
Number 22, Jackson Burns, carrying for the 1st down for Central Catholic.
And Pereira using a nice little decoy there. Just a simple draw play up the middle
1st and 10
for the senior
Central
Jackson Burns.
41.
And Central chugging the ball down the field. Hand it off for Burns once again, room up the middle. Now moving to the left side, some open room for Jackson Burns. Trying to beat every one of the Redmen, and he does. A touchdown for Jackson Burns. 41 yards into the end zone, and Central Catholic makes it a 13-0 game.
There's ball 41 yards for the touchdown.
And the Redmen run game just hasn't been up to par lately, allowing 342 rushing yards in the loss last week, and then Jackson Burns burns them for 41 yards on the ground, and it's 13-0 Central with 1:27 left in the opening quarter. Mazzy on for his second extra point of the day.
Nicholas Mazzy on to attempt the extra point.
And the extra point from Mazzy is good.
Mazzy's extra point is good.
1:27 remaining in the first quarter. Central Catholic puts 2 balls in the end zone to take a 14-0 lead over the Tewksbury Redmen. As the Redmen got to find an answer quick, as Brian Aylward and the coaching staff looking for answers. On offense, 2 drives, 2 punts, and on defense, 2 touchdowns on 2 drives for Central Catholic. You can see Coach Aylward talking over things with the Redmen. Like I said earlier, 16 seniors playing in their final high school game today for the Redmen. They're facing a Goliath of opponents in the Central Catholic Raiders, who have virtually dominated the Merrimack Valley Conference for the last decade. Another strong boot from Mazzy as goes over the head of Dorigo, and another touchback.
Mazzy's kick once again goes out the back of the end zone, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Tewksbury from their own 20.
Second straight drive. The Redmen will start from their own 20-yard line. Looking for answers on offense, as they've looked good in this first quarter. Able to pick up some first downs, but just in those 3rd and long situations haven't been able to pick up a first down. And Central taking advantage of those missed 3rd down conversions with 2 touchdowns. As the Husson football and baseball commit, Ryan Rometta leading the offense onto the field. 1st and 10 from the Redmen from their own 20. Handoff up the middle. Olu isn't able to break through the Central defensive line. And pushed back by number 60, Uzi Oseyawin, the senior captain on this year's Central squad.
Gain of maybe 1 brings up 2nd and 9.
A large body at the nose tackle position. 6'1", 270 pounds there on the pushback of Kalu'olu. Only gained a yard. We get down to under a minute left in the first quarter. Second and 9 from the Redmen 21. Meta handoff to the fullback. Kalu'olu able to get in some space. Olu wasn't able to escape that last defender. But Olu making a couple of stiff arms on some Raiders.
Olu again, the ball carrier.
And they're going to give him the first down.
For the Tewksbury first down.
As it was the cornerback number 18, Nick Guerrero, on the outside there, making the stop as Olu was trying to break away right at the 30-yard line. He had a lot of turf out in front of him. And it looks like that'll be the last play of the first quarter. After 12 minutes of play in the MVC Championship, Central Catholic jumping out to a 14-0 lead in Lowell, Massachusetts. You're watching Tewksbury football on Tewksbury TV. Don't go anywhere. We welcome you back to Colley Stadium in Lowell, Massachusetts. Second quarter about to get underway of the MVC Championship. Central Catholic leading 14-0 over the Tewksbury Redmen. The Redmen picking up a first down via Kalu'olu on the final play of the first quarter. 1st and 10 for the Redmen from their own 30-yard line. Rometta, play action pass, time in the pocket. Rolling out to his right, getting the pass off, has McKay, and the pass is completed out to McKay past the 45-yard line. A nice play there from Ryan Rometta as he finds McKay for the second time today.
Rometta's pass complete to number 2, William McKay.
And Sean McCurry there for Central, number 6, hobbling off the field as he saw his teammates, George Chaya, singling him off as he took a hard hit to the helmet there from McKay, who lowered his helmet. That senior captain to senior captain connection has been working for the Redmen.
So first and 10 for the Redmen from there.
A 15-yard completion to McKay. Out to the Redmen 45, first down and 10. Just takes one play for this Redmen offense to spark some momentum. Fake the handoff to Dorigo downfield. Rometta, he's going to air it out. Sullivan, the receiver, and couldn't pull it in. And that was the play I was talking about. Sullivan had it in his hands and just lost control of the ball.
That pass just falls incomplete, so it'll be second and 10 from the 45.
As Rometta threw a beautiful ball down the near sideline as Sullivan had some separation. Just couldn't corral it to his chest. Incomplete. And a solid opportunity squandered for the Redmen offense. Brian Elwood, one of those coaches, doesn't talk his players down, says, hey, don't worry about it, next play. Second down and 10 for the Redmen offense from their own 45, looking to get into plus territory. And before the snap, Coach Elwood wants to talk things over. We'll take it with them. 11-17 remaining in the first half. Central Catholic up 14-0 in the MVC Championship. You're watching Tewksbury football on Tewksbury TV. Welcome back to Carly Stadium in Lowell, Massachusetts on Tewksbury TV. I'm Andrew Del Piano.
Coming out of the timeout, it's second and 10 for Tewksbury.
The Redmen fresh out of a timeout. Second and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Central up 14-0 in the Merrimack Valley Conference Football Championship. Handoff for Dorigo, has some space. Spinning off a tackle, getting past the 50-yard line, tackled at the 49. You start to see the holes opening up for Kyle Dorigo in that offensive line that he's relied on so heavy in his senior season. As Dorigo just 52 yards away entering the ball game for reaching the 700 rushing yard mark in his senior season. A 6-yard gain for Dorigo. And the Redmen find themselves in a more manageable third down as it's 3rd and 4 from the Central 49. And this is where Central has really put the stop sign up when the Redmen get into Central territory on 3rd down. Fullback handoff for Kalua Olu, chugging his way forward, and Olu with a great effort to move his way forward onto the 41-yard line. Another Redmen first down.
And that's a first down. Ball spotted at the 41 of Central.
As they pile up the offensive line. And just a simple handoff to the fullback Olu. As the Redmen continue to move the chains on this drive. Wanting to cut that Central lead in half, under 10 minutes left in the second quarter. I formation. Handoff for Olu, up the middle. Still on his feet, Olu keeping the feet moving. And Kalua Olu just not giving up after being hit at first contact. And he moves up to the 33-yard line. Kalua Olu, an 8-yard gain on first down.
Gain of about 8 brings up 2nd and 2.
And a familiar phrase that my partner Bill Gilman, who wasn't able to make it tonight, a familiar phrase that he uses to describe Kalua Olu, as the legs keep turning and just doesn't lose yardage. And a prime example of that there, Olu gaining 8 yards. A 2nd and 2 for the Redmen from the Central 33. Same formation on the last play as the last play for the Redmen. Same play, Olu up the gut. And Olu continues to pick up first down yardage for the Redmen. He's been the go-to guy.
And that's a Tewksbury first down.
A gain of 6 yards up to the 27.
From the central 27.
And the strength of Kalu'olo being put on full display here on this drive. Doesn't stop moving those legs. Looks like some miscommunication there between Rometta and Coach Elward, and they'll take their second timeout. 8:12 left in the second quarter. The Redmen nearing the red zone of Central Catholic, looking to cut the lead in half. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Colley Stadium, high above the field. I'm Andrew Della Piana. 8:12 remaining in the second quarter. The Redmen in striking distance at the Central 27-yard line, a 1st and 10 out of the timeout. Olu been the go-to guy on the third drive of the day for the Redmen, still looking for their first points, trailing 14-0 in the Merrimack Valley Conference Championship. Pitch play, right side, Dorigo eaten up in the backfield as it was number 25, Mike Brown, there to make the stop as he read the pitch the whole way, pushing him back to the 29-yard line. A loss of 2 yards for the Redmen.
Loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 for Tewksbury.
Dorigo losing 2 yards on the pitch play to the outside. 2nd and 12 from the Central 29-yard line. Rometta taking the snap, looking, throwing up the middle, and pass caught. Sullivan hauls one in. And this moves the Redmen up to the 17-yard line as Sullivan redeems the drop pass. And another first down for the Redmen. As Rometta has a lot of trust in that offensive line. They've given him a lot of time in the pocket this season. A perfect example of that is Rometta finding Sullivan over the middle for Sullivan's first reception of the day. 1st and 10 from the Central 16. The Redmen putting Central defense back on their heels. Trips at the top of your screen. Rometta evades a defender coming off the edge, still on his feet, dropping it off for McKay, who lost possession of the ball. They're going to rule it incomplete. As Nick Palmer was flying off the edge for Central Catholic, and Rometta staying on his feet. Tried a little check down for McKay, just wasn't able to haul it in. But you got to admire the effort from Ryan Rometta here tonight. And not just tonight, all season long. In his final high school game, will be attending Husson University to continue playing football and baseball in the fall of 2021. But at the moment, worrying about the task at hand, down 14 to Central, 2nd and 10 from their 16. Up the middle, Dorigo looking for a lane, wasn't able to find one. And the Raiders, that second effort really pulling Dorigo back.
Stop by number 44, Tony Casey, and number 33, Colton Williams.
As he barely got back to the line of scrimmage, might have even gained a yard.
That short game brings 3rd and 8 for Tewksbury.
As it's a 3rd and 8 for the Redmen from the Central 14. It's big plays like this that matter in big-time games. As Redmen, 3 straight years as the D3 North champions, no stranger to big ball games. Trips at the bottom of your screen. Fahey, the motion man. Rometta rolling out. Looking for a receiver, and the pass is complete It's complete. He finds Mike Kelly at the 5-yard line. And a 1st and goal upcoming for the Redmen. Ryan Rometta just finding an answer on every play that Central throws at him.
Rometta's pass complete to number 6, Michael Kelly. And that is a Tewksbury first down, so it's 1st and goal for the Redmen from the 5.
And the Redmen right on the doorstep at the 5-yard line. 1st and goal. I formation for the Redmen. Dorigo getting the call. Stuffed up by the Raiders as he got 2 yards on the 1st down play.
Dorigo, the ball carrier.
As 4:40 showing on the 2nd quarter clock.
A couple brings up 2nd and goal from the 3.
Central will receive the second half kickoff after deferring the opening coin toss. Second and goal from the Central 3-yard line. Wilson, the fullback. Kalu Olu at the halfback. They give it to Olu, looking for room up the middle, and was trying to push his way forward, but Central Catholic there, in the midst of everything, was number 34, Mathis Latham again, along with senior captain Tom Casey, number 44.
Olu again, the ball carrier. Maybe lost one on the play, brings up 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. The Redmen need to punch this ball into the end zone. And so far, they've driven 77 yards down the field, but it doesn't matter if they don't get that extra 3. 3rd and goal. The Redmen have been stuffed on the last 2 run plays. And Rometta shifting McKay, the handoff Olu, looking to get up the middle, had a hole, but couldn't get through it as Central Catholic came in at the last seconds. And a big decision upcoming for Coach Elward on 4th and goal. As Central continues to stuff up the middle with the nose tackles and the linebackers. And it looks like they're spotted at the 2-yard line. And the Redmen going to keep the offense on the field. A big play with 2.5 left in the 2nd quarter. A big momentum swing if the Redmen can punch this ball in. The Redmen in the shotgun formation. A lot of noise amping up here at Cawley Stadium. Rometta taking the snap, time to throw. Central brings him down, and he lost the football. It's scooped up by number 61, Jaden Wiggins, and Wiggins has some turf out in front of him, getting some few extra blocks, and he is going to go the length of the field. What a turn of events as Central Catholic stuff him at the 2-yard line. But there's a late flag on the field.
Number 11, Preston Zinter.
At the 24-yard line, it's going to be
carried it into the end zone.
An illegal block in the back, it looks like, from Central Catholic.
We do have a flag on the play back at the 24.
It's a block in the back on Central Catholic.
So that negates the touchdown.
So wave off the touchdown, but what a swing there for the Central defense. As it was Preston Zinter who got to Rometta. And then it was Jaden Wiggins, the younger brother of Jermaine Wiggins, taking it the length of the field, but a late block in the back on Central Catholic.
So it'll be a 10-yard penalty for where the foul occurred, so it'll be a 1st and 10 for Central Catholic from the Tewksbury 34.
So a simple incompletion there for the Redmen would have been a 1st and 10 for Central Catholic from their own 2-yard line, but the fumble recovery by Wiggins, and then add on the block in the back penalty on the Raiders as they'll start the drive at their own, at the Redmond 34-yard line. The teams will take a quick timeout on the field. As both teams return to the field, the site Cawley Stadium, 1:49 left on the second quarter clock in the Merrimack Valley Conference Football Championship. Central Catholic leading 14-0 over the Tewksbury Redmen after a wild sequence of events at the other end of the field. Pereira, jet sweep for Lesofsky. And he's taken down by Kyle DeRigo on the sidelines in a little jet sweep to Andrew Leoskowski.
Number 10, Andrew Lesofsky. Takes it around the corner for the Central Catholic first down.
And he's able to turn the corner inside the Redmond red zone, a gain of 15 for the Raiders. First and 10 for Central from the Redmond 19. Pereira looking to the right side, looking to the corner in the end zone for Zinter. Zinter, did he pull it in? He did. What a catch from Preston Zinter over Mike Sullivan. Touchdown Central.
Preston Zinter.
And the Raiders flexing the muscles on the Redmond defense, making it a 20-0 ball game with 1:34 left in the second quarter. And a degrading sequence of events there for the Tewksbury Redmen as Central goes 2 plays, 34 yards into the end zone to add to the lead. Mazzy on for his 3rd extra point of the day. And the kick is no good as it misses wide left.
34 to go in the first half. Your score, Central Catholic 20, Tewksbury 0.
And what a flip in field position that was. Central Catholic 2 plays, 34 yards on the touchdown drive, making a 3-score game, 20-0 with 1:34 left in the first half. And the Redmen were right on the verge of punching it in and cutting the lead in half. But Central Catholic says, not on this turf. Flips the field right back and puts another ball in the end zone. The ultimate question that's going to be talked about after this ball game was Rometta's knee down before the ball was scooped up, as Zinter made the sack and then Wiggins scooped it up. The ultimate question, though, was Rometta's knee down? Of course, in high school football, they don't have video review. For Preston Zinter, 2 touchdown receptions. Aiden Pereira with 2 beautiful dimes to the corner of the end zones. And the kick is popped up and taken at the 16-yard line. Sean Fahey escaping the tackle, then lunging forward. On the return gain, up to the 28-yard line.
Number 21, Sean Fahey. Nice return out to the 28-yard line where it's 1st and 10 for Tewksbury.
Redmond still looking for their first score of the game, as they've had 2 punts and then the turnover. And has given Central a 20-0 lead, looking to cap off a perfect season at 7-0 with an MVC Cup. 1st and 10 from the Redmen from their own 28s. It's a false start on the
We
Redmen.
had a flag on that play before it got started. Looks like it'll be a false start against Tewksbury. Or legal procedure, so 5-yard penalty. Brings up 1st and 15.
And just when the Redmen had everything clicking on that last drive, just takes one play on the other end, I guess. The entire momentum to swing back to Central. As the Redmen were just 3 yards away from the end zone. Loss of 5 yards on the false start for the Redmen, backing them up to the 23. Rometta has the snap go behind him as there was some miscommunication with him in the center, and Rometta pulled down. Is this going to be a safety?
The bad snap, Rometta recovers it. Referee
And this
has
ball going to be
decided that
marked
it's a
down right at the
before
1 yard line. As Rometta and the center, Owen Rigo, just weren't on the same page. As Rometta was looking to shift his receivers, set them into position, and then Rigo snapped the ball, falling behind Rometta, and he has to fall on it right at the 1 yard line.
Central Catholic.
And Central, who is looking for another possession before the end of the quarter, will take a timeout with 1:09 left. The Redmen in some trouble, down 20. Welcome back to Cawley Stadium in Lowell, Massachusetts on Tewksbury TV. I'm Andrew Del Piano. 1:09 remaining in the second quarter. The Redmen, the ball now at the 1 yard line as it's a 2nd and 37 after the miscommunication between the center Rigo and the quarterback Rometta. Rometta throwing out to the right side to Rigo. It's off his hands, nearly picked off after the deflection.
Rometta's pass intended for Rigo is incomplete.
And the Redmen just with some butterfingers here in the first half.
That'll bring up 3rd and long for Tewksbury.
As 1:05 remains in the second quarter. Central in a comfortable lead, up 20-0. Getting the ball to start the second half and potentially getting the ball with under a minute left in this quarter. Third and 37 for the Redmen from their own 1 yard line. Hand off to the fullback, Olu, trying to push his way up the middle, and then pushed back by Central.
Olu the ball carrier.
That's number 33, Colton Williams, there on the pushback.
Gained a couple yards.
And head coach Chuck Adamopoulos for Central Catholic
Long for Tewksbury.
calling a timeout to preserve some time on the clock.
Another timeout on the field called by Central Catholic.
Hello and welcome back to Cawley Stadium in Lowell, Massachusetts. Thank you for tuning in on Tewksbury TV. I'm Andrew Del Piana. 58 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The Redmen in the depths of their own end zone. Down 20-0 to Central Catholic in the MVC championship. Rometta getting a solid punt off. It's caught by Ciccarelli, running out to the right side of the far sideline, getting to the corner around the 30-yard line. Zorelli, that last effort, the ball came out. I'm going to say his knee was down at the 2-yard line, but what a run by Ciccarelli, finding turf out to the right side, turning that corner, and Central bringing the blocks on the return.
Ball at the 1. First and goal.
And Central knocking on the doorstep again. It's just relentless pressure. The ball at the 1-yard line. Central up 20-0, wanting to add to the lead. First and goal. Pereira hands it off. McKay wasn't able to stuff the runner, and they're in again. Number 34, Mathis Lanham, is in for the touchdown.
Number 34, Matthias Latham carries for the Central Catholic touchdown.
And Central pouring it on. It's now 26-0. With 35 ticks left in the second quarter. And Central putting a beating on the Redmen in the Merrimack Valley Conference Championship. Central, who came into the ball game ranked number 2 in the Boston Herald Sweet 16. Mazzy, his extra point is good, making him 3 for 4 on the day. And 35 seconds left in the second quarter. Central Catholic has bubbled the lead up to 27-0 here in the MVC Championship. We'll be right back on Tewksbury TV. A 27-0 Central lead with 35 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And Central will send the ball back to the Redmen. Has broken this game open in the second quarter with some big plays on both sides of the ball. Solid boot from Mazzy as the Redmen will let it roll through the back of the end zone. Their third touchback of the day for Mazzy.
So it'll be first and 10 for Tewksbury from the 20.
Central, who was predicted to be in the Division I Super Bowl this season, but of course the state tournament being canceled due to COVID-19 concerns. And the Redmen dropping out of the Boston Herald Sweet 16 after the tough loss last week to St. John's Prep. And knowing Coach Elward, he isn't just going to sit on this ball with 35 seconds left. He wants to gain any type of momentum and energy into this ball club. Rometta, 3-step drop back, time in the pocket, thrown over the middle, off the hand of McKay. As that coverage has just been really good for Central Catholic, all over the receivers.
Second and 10 for Tewksbury.
And the Redmen receiving game just hasn't really been able to help out Rometta today, who's made a lot of good throws with time in the pocket. Central, who dominated the MVC championships in the winter season with wins in hockey, boys basketball, and girls basketball, looking to add to the throne of the Merrimack Valley Conference. Stretch play to the right side for Zarigo. Shoved out of bounds by 2 Central players at the 21-yard line. 24 seconds left in the quarter.
Number 4, Kyle Zarigo on the carry.
A gain of a yard. The senior captain, Kyle Dorigo, who's had an excellent season with 12 touchdowns in his senior campaign, playing in half as many games as he picked up 14 back in 2019.
3rd and 9.
Third and 9 for the Redmen from their own 21-yard line. Handoff for Dorigo, makes a nice little cutback, runs right into the Central defense. As you see the energy brought there by number 15, Lucas
Number 4,
Vienna.
Dorigo again on the carry. Gained a couple yards.
A gain of 2 yards for Dorigo.
7. But the clock runs out on
As that'll wind down the clock in the first half. All Central Catholic in the opening 24 minutes. They lead the Merrimack Valley Conference Championship 27-0 over the Tewksbury Redmen. We'll take a short halftime break and be right back on Tewksbury TV. Hello and welcome back to Carly Stadium in Lowell, Massachusetts, where it's all Central Catholic in the first half. They're up 27-0 over the Tewksbury Redmen in the Merrimack Valley Conference Football Championship. Thank you for joining us on this special presentation on Tewksbury TV. I'm Andrew Della Piana, high above the field. Central Catholic needing 13 offensive plays for 4 touchdowns on all 4 offensive possessions as they dominated the opening 24 minutes. And they continued the streak of leading by at least 4 touchdowns before surrendering a score in any game this season, as it's game number 7 on the season, and the Raiders doing just that in all 7 games in this abbreviated season.
Winning the toss in the first half, so they'll be receiving the kick to start our second.
Central just 24 minutes away from closing out another MVC title. Of course, the one playoff game for the Merrimack Valley Conference Championship. Nice little format they gave the top 2 teams in D1 and D2 of the MVC to meet in one game here at beautiful Carly Stadium. First time we've seen Nabil Barkala today. He sends a nice kick to around the 6-yard line. And a nice stand-up tackle there made by Will McKay as a few flags fly onto the field. That was Ciccarelli was the return man. It looks like the penalty's going to go against the Raiders.
Number 33, Colton Williams on the return for Central Catholic.
Excuse me, number 33, Colton Williams on the return for Central. And a penalty against the Raiders on the kick return.
Looks like there was a holding on the return. That'll be a 10-yard spot foul, bringing Central back to their own 11 where they start the second half.
And the Raiders will have their worst starting field position of the day at their own 11-yard line. As I said a little earlier, just 13 offensive plays for 4 touchdowns in the first half as Aiden Pereira in the Raider offense just dominating. That's a wrap-up tackle made there by number 68, Aaron Conley, to take down Mathis Latham, who had a rushing touchdown in the first half.
Gain of about 3.
Nice wrap-up tackle there by the junior Aaron Conley. Second and 7 for the Raiders from their own 13-yard line. 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen for Central. Pereira throwing out to the left side for Ciccarelli, evading a few Redmond defenders, and then being pushed out at the 25-yard line for a Central first down.
Pereira complete to Ciccarelli. And that's a Central first down out to the 25-yard line.
Despite the bad field position for Central Catholic to start this drive, 2 plays and a fresh set of downs from their own 25. As the star quarterback, Aiden Pereira, just a junior, moving the ball without effort against this Redmond defense, who's had a tough last few games. Read option, he'll keep it up the middle. He's too quick. Pereira staying on his feet. Has some blockers out in front of him. Pereira down the near sideline, still on his feet, and then pushed out by Michael Sullivan. But Aiden Pereira, blazing speed down the sideline to get past the Redmond defense, pushed out by Sullivan at the 19-yard line.
Tewksbury 19, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Central Catholic.
It's that read option that Pereira goes to for head coach Chuck Adamopoulos. It's been the bread and butter for Central, that they can use it an RPO or a read option. Just everything clicking for the Central team right now. A minute into the second half, already inside the red zone at the Redmond 19. Pereira in the shotgun formation. Handoff up the middle for Marquise Bridgewater. Bridgewater spinning off a tackle and then taken down by Kaluolu. But a beautiful move there from the sophomore Marquise Bridgewater, a name you might have heard during the basketball season for Central Catholic. Making a nice spin move there on Mike Kelly.
Central Catholic 1st down, ball just inside the 9-yard line.
A gain of 11 yards for Bridgewater. Central 1st and goal from the Redmond 8. Central looking for their 5th touchdown on as many drives. Redmond send the blitz, and it's Pereira who held on to the ball, looking to turn the corner, gets around Dorigo and then pushed out as Dorigo is able to hold his ground. But a fake that even got me, as I believed Bridgewater still had the ball, but he gave it up at the last seconds as Will McKay was all over Bridgewater.
Gets the ball down to about the 5-yard line.
Gets something out of nothing as Bridgewater
2nd and goal.
took the hit while Pereira ran to the right side, a gain of 4 yards. A 2nd and goal from the Redmond 5. You can see how tricky and decisive Aiden Pereira could be. Stretch play to the left side. And the run taken there by number 3, Nathiel Achuo. There's some hand fighting between Central and Tewksbury as it was Stevie Arsenault
Flag on the play after
and Justice McGrail for Central there in the mix, number 14.
Personal foul against Central Catholic and personal foul against Tewksbury, offsetting penalties.
As both are going to be hit with personal fouls there, as Stevie Arsenault showing some frustration
3rd and goal.
on the junior McGrail. Third and goal from the Redmond 5. Under 10 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Redmond looking for their first stop on defense. Pereira keeping it, running out to the right side. Wasn't able to get the corner. A nice tackle made on the outside by Mike Sullivan, who stopped Pereira in his tracks.
Down by number 7, Michael Sullivan.
And the sophomore Sullivan, who's had a solid season for the Redmen, definitely will be a key piece as a junior next year for the Redmen.
So 4th and goal from the 7.
Some nice open field tackling there from Sullivan. And Central's going to bring out the field goal unit for Nick Mazzy. A 24-yard chip shot for the senior kicker. The ball down, swinging the right leg. And the kick is good.
And Mazzy's field goal is good.
Add 3 points onto the board for Central Catholic. It's now a 30-0 ball game with 8:44 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
8:44 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Definitely a positive stop there for the Redmen, forcing a field goal for Central Catholic. As prior to the drive, Central 4 for 4 in putting the ball in the end zone, that is. And then a 24-yard chip shot for Mazzy to make it a 30-0 ball game. Central now outscoring opponents this season 246-32. And that mark of winning every game by at least 3 scores still holds. If you're just tuning in to Tewksbury TV, I'm Andrew Del Piana. 8:44 remaining in the third quarter of the MVC Championship in Cawley Stadium. 30-0 Central Catholic leading over Tewksbury. Short squib kick that is able to be caught by Will McKay, getting some nice blocks. McKay out into the open field and then taken down by the back of his jersey. McKay, who had a kickoff return for a touchdown in the first home game of the season against Billerica, has a nice return for the Redmen. Gets it out to the 38-yard line. Uriah Ahmed in the Redmen offense returning to the turf.
Ball out to the 38-yard line. First and 10 for the Redmen.
You can hear the Redmen fans still bringing some energy to this Redmen team that they've stuck with all season long in this abbreviated season. And getting a nice showing here in Lowell, Mass. 7th game of the season for each of these squads. Best starting field position of the day for the Redmen from their own 38-yard line, 1st and 10. Make the handoff for Dorigo. Rometta rolling out to the right, looking down the sidelines, and the pass is picked off, intercepted. Number 24, George Chaya, keeping the feet in bounds, picks it off at the 35-yard line.
That pass intercepted by number 24, George Chaya.
And Chaya with some nice concentration, able to find the football, not interfere with Sullivan along the sideline, get control of the ball, get both feet in bounds, and it's an interception for the Central defense, who continues to drape Ryan Rometta in the Redmen offense. The 3rd pick in 2 games for Rometta, giving him his 4th of the season. Central will start the drive at their own 35-yard line. As the handoff up the middle for Latham, as he's taken down by Nick Wilson.
Latham, the ball carrier for Central Catholic.
And Stevie Arsenal continues to be in some hand fighting there with number 53, Lucas Viena.
Nick Wilson. Got a flag after the play.
And it's going to be unnecessary
Offsetting personal foul.
Unnecessary roughness, personal fouls.
Looks like it also occurred after the play, so short gain on the last play. 2nd and 7.
And I believe one more personal foul is going to take Stevie Arsenal out of this game. He's got to keep his emotions intact if he wants to stay in his final high school football game. A new quarterback in for Central, number 12, Ruben Castillo. 2nd and 7 for Central, as it's a bad snap ball on the turf. And it's recovered by number 22, Jackson Burns, who had a nice touchdown run in the first half. Tapped down by number 53, Mike Sullivan. Mike Duggan.
We'll bring up 3rd and about 12.
Duggan, who committed to Worcester Polytechnic Institute just a few weeks ago. And Aiden Pereira, who's rarely seen any time in the second half of the season, with Central being up by such a large margin in most of their games. And Castillo has seen a lot of time as the senior backup to Pereira. 3rd and 12 for Central. The Redmen bringing the blitz. It's nearly caught, and that is brought in. It's brought in. What a catch there on the turf. It was Andrew Leoshevsky who was falling down, then brought the ball in.
The Steelers pass complete to number 10, Andrew Leoshevsky.
And one play summarizing the whole day for Central Catholic, just everything going right.
4th and 2 for Central Catholic.
The junior wide receiver was on his back. Pulled in the catch. He was just short of the line to gain, as Central needed to get to the 45-yard line, tackled down at the 43, but nevertheless a nice catch there from the junior. And the first time Redmond have forced Central to a punt. A nice boot off the foot of Nick Mazzi. Takes a nice Central bounce. And then touchdown by Jackson Burns at the 24-yard line on the Redmond side of the field.
Spotted at about the 24-yard line. And that'll be the halfway through the quarter break.
Halfway through this third quarter of play, Central adding 3 points in this third quarter, up 30-0 in the MVC championship. Stay with us. Welcome back to Carly Stadium in Lowell, Massachusetts. I'm Andrew Del Piano. Halfway through the third quarter of the Merrimack Valley Conference Championship. 30-0 in favor of Central Catholic. Ryan Rometta and the Redmond offense starting at their own 24-yard line, 1st and 10. Rometta, handoff on the jet sweep to Olu, looking to turn the corner. Stops, and then pulled down by number 44, Tom Casey. Senior on senior action. As Olu tried to make a nice step back and then push forward, but Casey reading him the whole way. A gain of 4 yards for number 5. Redmond moved the ball up to the 28. One play and a turnover on the last Redmond offensive drive. George Chaya on the interception for Central. Sullivan across the formation. Rometta, some pressure off the edge, throws the ball behind Dorigo, and it's picked off once again by Chaya, who has some open turf on the far sideline, and then pulled down by his jersey. Well, what a last 2 possessions it's been for George Chaya as the football finds his hands once again.
We had a flag on that play as well.
As you hear from the PA announcer.
Roughing the passer against Central Catholic.
Oh, and this one's coming back. A late roughing the passer.
The interception. Tewksbury will retain possession.
As I was about to say, what a third quarter it's been for George Chaya. But a late flag on Central Catholic waves off the interception as Rometta took a late hit in the pocket. As the referee's giving the Redmond the benefit of the doubt.
First down for Tewksbury.
Excuse me there, I was following the interception. Did not see Rometta take a late hit in the pocket from one of the Central players. A 15-yard penalty against Central. As the ball will be spotted at the Redmond 43-yard line. Under 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
From the last line of scrimmage, which was the 28.
Central up 30-0 in the MVC championship. Redmond catching a break on the roughing the passer from the Raiders after the almost second interception of the day from Chaya. Handoff. Olu getting the call, barreling his way over, getting over Tom Casey. And then that second effort pushing him forward right to midfield. And Kulu Olu just not giving in to the Central defense as Tom Casey
gain of about 7 was up 2nd and 3.
Ran over by Kulu Olu on that last play. Second and 3 for the Redmen. Ball spotted right at midfield at the 50-yard line. Here in this beautiful brand new turf at Carly Stadium put in just this season. I formation for the Redmen. Dorigo up the middle, off of Rigo, and then taking a hard hit there by number 33, Colton Williams.
Dorigo on the carry.
You can start to see the tension building up between the two teams as Dorigo is able to pick up a first down.
So it's 1st and 10 for Tewksbury from the 46-yard line of Central Catholic.
But the temper is definitely flaring here with Central in a comfortable 30-0 lead. And of course, Brian Elwood just wanting the Redmen to keep their emotions in check. Handoff up the middle for Dorigo once again. Stuffed up right in the middle by the Central D-line as the Redmen just haven't been able to find too much space up the middle.
Gain of about 1 brings up 2nd and 9.
And Central just too good at the line of scrimmage, only allowing about 1.5 yards per carry this season. And 52.5 per game. As the sun starts to come down here in Lowell, Massachusetts. And the lights turning on here at Collie. Take the handoff to Dorigo. They give it to Olu. Who has some room on the left side. Olu turning the corner and then pushed out at the 28-yard line. Kalu Olu finding the open space.
Around the end for another Tewksbury first down.
It's a nice little play fake there from Rometta and Coach Elward. They fake the handoff with Rometta's strong-handed Dorigo. And went the short option with Olu for a first down. A gain of 18 yards for the Redmen as they're up to the Central 27 with 2 minutes and change left in the third. Handoff, Dorigo. Pushed forward there by the Redmen offensive line as he was originally stuffed up by Tom Casey. But a few linemen of the Redmen coming in to push him forward for a few extra yards.
Gain of about 4. Brings up 2nd and 6.
As the Redmen up to the 23-yard line, a gain of 4 yards for Dorigo. Dorigo, who committed to Worcester State just a little before the football season, playing next year with the Lancers. Quite the talent for someone who's been deemed undersized most of his entire high school career. But Dorigo definitely showing that heart over height mentality that we've talked about all season long. Rometta looking left. The pass completes out to the left side. And that's Mike Kelly there on the reception for another Redmen first down. The Redmen offense in business with 1:15 left in the third.
Was complete to number 6, Michael Kelly, and that was ruled a first down. So we 1st and 10 for Tewksbury from the 17.
Redmen wanting to snap the shutout in the Central Red Zone for the second time today at the Raiders 17, 1st and 10. Trips on the near sideline. Dorigo, the motion man. Rometta out to the right side. Pass caught by Kelly at the 10 and then pulled down right at the 8-yard line. A gain of 9 yards for the Redmen. It'll be a 2nd and inches.
That was Rometta to Kelly once again. Gain of about 9. Check, 8.
And Kelly, who's been the top target for Rometta this season, had 6 receptions for 78 yards and a receiving touchdown in the loss last weekend. And Kelly's had 4 receiving touchdowns in his senior season, really coming alive for this Redmen team. Wasn't a large part of last year's semifinal run with the Redmen, really coming into his own.
In the third quarter before that play starts. So the players will head to the other end of the field. We'll begin the fourth quarter.
And after 3 quarters of play here in the MVC Championship, Central Catholic just 12 minutes away from victory, up 30-0 over the Tewksbury Redmen. We'll be right back on Tewksbury TV. Welcome back to Carly Stadium in Lowell, Massachusetts. On Tewksbury TV, I'm Andrew Del Piana. 12 minutes remaining in the ball game. Central Catholic up 30-0 in the Merrimack Valley Conference Championship game. The Redmen knocking on the doorstep, though. 2nd and 2 to begin the fourth quarter from the Central 9. Wanting to punch it in the end zone and break the Central shutout. Pitch play to the right side for Dorigo, looking for an open hole. Dorigo finds it, staying on his feet. And Dorigo's into the end zone. What an effort from the Tewksbury Redmen along with Kyle Dorigo. Touchdown Redmen.
Number 4, Kyle Dorigo refuses to go down and scores the Tewksbury touchdown.
And the senior captain into the end zone for the 13th time this season. Relentless effort there from number 4, Kyle Dorigo, and the Redmen are on the board. On full display there, Kyle Dorigo's effort, hustle, and determination to punch that in from 9 yards out after nearly being taken down at the 3-yard line. That extra extension, keeping himself up, and then finding pay dirt. As Nabil Barkala on for the extra points. We've talked about him a lot this season, coming fresh off the soccer team, able to play in fall too. As the Redmen were in need of a kicker this season. And Barkala, his extra point is good. He can check off extra point made in the MVC championship in his career.
That makes your score with 11:52 to go in the ball game. Central Catholic 30, Tewksbury 7.
So some energy being brought to the Tewksbury Redmen after that drive. They go to the length of the field, and it's punched in by Kyle Dorigo from 9 yards out, 30-7. Central Catholic leading, 8 seconds played in the fourth quarter. Barkala, that extra point making him 23 for 26 on the season. A great addition to this Redmen squad after the graduation of the kicker Tyler Keogh last season. And with that touchdown, the fourth quarter will no longer be running time at the moment unless Central punches it in for a touchdown. With the lead being 23 right now, the clock at its normal time. As the kickoff is dropped by number 4, Jeremy Barton Jr. Now running out to the left side, staying on his feet, stiff-arming fellow number 4, Kyle Dorigo, and then bouncing off a hard hit. And Central Catholic's bench
on the return for Central.
In all after the effort from the junior Jeremy Barton Jr. And it's going to be a holding on Central Catholic after that last play.
Back against Central Catholic on that return.
As the blocking might have been a little too good for the Raiders on the nice return there from Barton Jr.
That was 10 yards from where that foul occurred. So Central will start at their 23-yard line.
Central starting this drive at their own 23-yard line, 1st and 10. And it looks like they're going to continue to keep their second-string offense on the field with Castillo at quarterback. Castillo in the shotgun. The handoff to the right side. Turning the corner there is number 34, Latham.
Number 34,
past the 35-yard line.
And that's a Central Catholic first down.
Excuse me, tackled right at the 35-yard line. A 12-yard rush for Latham, the sophomore, who's had a solid ball game. Excuse me, on that last comment, the ball marked at the 36-yard line as the referees changing their mind a few times on the spot. 1st and 10 from the Central 36. Handoff. Burns looking for space up the middle. And then taken to the ground there by Nick Wilson along with Mike Kelly.
Number 22, Jackson Burns on the carry. Brought home by number 67, Nick Wilson. Gain of 8 brings up 2nd and 2.
An 8-yard gain for the senior Jackson Burns. A 2nd and 2 for Central from their own 44. 3 receivers on the far sideline. Castillos, direct snap to the right side. Runs over Mike Sullivan as he was taken to the ground by Will McKay.
Castillo, the ball carrier.
But nevertheless, a first down for the Raiders.
Number 7, Michael Sullivan. Number 2, William McKay. But Castillo got the first down, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Central from their 48-yard line.
2 minutes played in the fourth quarter. The Redmen able to find the end zone for the first time today. Trailing Central 30-0 in the Merrimack Valley Conference Championship. I'm still refusing to quit. As 16 of the Redmen playing in their final high school game today. 1st and 10 for Central from their own 48. Redmen bring the blitz. It's a low snap. Castillo's able to corral. And then upended hard there is the runner, Achillo Jr. by Will McKay.
Number 3, Nathan Achillo on the carry. Brought down by number 2, William McKay of Tewksbury. Gain of only 1 brings up 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard for Achillo. Up to the Central 49. Second and 9 for the Raiders. Castillos. Handoff. A nice move there made by Bridgewater. And then moving his way forward onto Redmond territory at the 46.
Brought down by number 57, Patrick Markley.
Pat Markley on the tackle for the Redmen. It'll be a 3rd and 4 for Central.
3rd and 4.
From the Redmond 46. Redmond looking for a stop. Castillos, the handoff up the middle, and the ball is ripped away. It looked like it was scooped up by Central, as it was Uwe Osewin who got the carry. As you see the hype up there for the big man out of the shotgun, the senior captain on this year's Central squad, as he lost the football.
Lost the ball, but it was recovered by number 55, Owen.
But his teammates picking him up, able to get a few yards on the last play. 4th and inches for Central Catholic. Just needing about the length of the football to move the chains. Castillos, direct snap, able to get through the hole, and a first down and more. And forward progress is going to mark him to the 38-yard line.
Gains the first down. So the ball now on the 38-yard line.
Simple direct snap to the QB, able to find his holes and get that yardage needed. 1st down and 10 for Central from the Redmond 38. Under 7 minutes left in the ball game. The handoff, as there was some trouble there on the transfer. The Redmen able to stack it up. As Will McKay along there with Colin Bozak. Tag teaming together to take down number 20, Vito Piro.
Loss of 1 brings up 2nd and 11.
As Piro lost a yard on the ground, the senior running back. Halfway through the fourth quarter. 2nd and 11 for Central from the Redmond 39. Handoff, they go up the middle. And Duggan on the backside able to drag down the runner, as it was Chaya getting the carry.
That was Chaya, the ball carrier for Central Catholic.
And since we've reached the halfway mark of the fourth quarter,
brings up 3rd and 8.
we'll take a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 5:48 remaining in the final quarter of play.
Timeout on the field.
Central can sniff the MVC Cup. Welcome back to Carly Stadium in Lowell, Massachusetts. Thank you for watching the MVC Championship on Tewksbury TV. High above the field, I'm Andrew Del Piana. Both teams out of the timeout on the field. 3rd and 8 for Central from the Redmond 36. Castillos will keep it himself, dragged down as it's well read in the backfield by Will McKay. And the Redmen going to use their first charge timeout of the second half.
Castillo keeps it himself.
Great read there from McKay to shoot the gap.
Number 2, William McKay.
Take down the fellow senior, Castillo.
It'll bring up 4th and 8.
It'll be a 4th and 8 for Central from the Redmond 36, needing to get to the 28. Redmond offense looking to get one more possession if their defense can come up big. Castillos keeps it and then taken down by Mike Duggan, who read the play like a book, a turnover on downs. And the Redmond defense coming alive here in the second half, holding Central to 3 offensive points.
So Central turns the ball over on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 for Tewksbury from their own 38.
And if Coach Elward got to be happy with the defense not giving in. It looks like this will be the last time we'll see Ryan Rometta lead a drive for the Tewksbury Redmen with 5:36 left on the clock. What a great career it's been for Ryan Rometta. Still 5.5 minutes left to tie it together in his 4 years with the Redmen. Rometta looking left, going downfield for Truly. Truly caught the ball, but didn't get the feet down, as there was Bart in coverage, as he made a nice throw on the outside to Aiden Truly.
So it'll be 2nd and 10.
Right in front of the Redmond sideline. The referee saying he just didn't get one of the 2 feet needed in bounce. Regardless, a nice throw and catch there made by Rometta to Truly. Second and 10 from the Redmond 38. Rometta in the shotgun with Dorigo to his right. Handoff to Olu, eaten up in the backfield and then finally going down as Central all over Olu and the Redmond offense on that last play. Number 58, Evan LeBlanc, the junior, in on the stop.
Up in the backfield by number 78, Philip Kirby.
Along with number 78, Philip Kirby. Junior and senior in tandem coming together to take down Olu as the Redmen tried the reverse. 5:22 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Redmen losing 5 yards on that last play. Have a 3rd and 15 upcoming. Redmen offense looking for one more trip into plus territory on the central side of the field. As it's a 3rd and 13 from the 32. Rometta dropping back. It's a screen play out for McKay, who has some Redmen blockers out. McKay slipping off a few tackles, staying on his feet, getting a nice block from Dorigo. McKay down the sideline, the cutback. And what a play call there from the Redmen offense. As Will McKay kept the feet moving, got a beautiful block from Dorigo in the Redmen offensive line. They're at the 6-yard line.
McKay was stopped down at the 7-yard line where it'll be 1st and goal for the Redmen.
A slip screen out to McKay with the help on the Redmen line. Moving downfield. And the Redmen trying to become the 2nd team this season to score more than 1 touchdown in a game against Central. They're on the doorstep once again, 1st and goal from the 7. But a flag is going to come on the field. I believe there's going to be too many men on the Redmen in the huddle.
Legal substitution against Tewksbury.
As one of the Redmen players was running off the field while the Redmen were at the line of scrimmage. And that's going to push them back 5 yards to the 12. Remains 1st and goal.
Too many men on the field. So that 5-yard penalty makes it 1st and goal from the 12.
A slip screen to McKay, getting them to the 7-yard line, and the 5-yard penalty back to the 12. Dorigo getting the carry up the middle, untouched into the end zone. 2nd touchdown of the day for Kyle Dorigo, tying his season high of 14 last season.
Up the middle for the touchdown.
And the Redmen become the 2nd team this season to hang 2 touchdowns on the Central defense. The last team to do it was Lowell, when the Red Raiders scored 13 points in their home opener. But the thing we'll keep referring to is the no-quit from this Redmen team. Kyle Dorigo back into the end zone. Touchdowns 13 and 14 on the season. And Barcala on for his 2nd extra point of the day. Barcala. And it's through the uprights. The extra point is good. 4:09 remaining in the 4th quarter.
Number 1,
The Redmen have outscored Central 14-3 in this 2nd half, but Central, with that dominating 1st half, up 30-14 with 4 minutes and change left in the ball game. Despite being down 30-0 in this ballgame, the Redmen won't go down without a fight. Nearly cutting this lead in half as it's 14-30 the score. And only holding Central to a field goal in this 2nd half. Of course, Central in with most of their 2nd-string players. The Central head coach Chuck Adamopoulos wants to talk things over. 4:09 remaining in the ball game. The Redmen with back-to-back touchdown drives. We'll be right back. Friday Night Lights here at Carly Stadium in Lowell, Massachusetts. 4:09 remaining in the fourth quarter clock. Thank you for joining us on Tewksbury TV. I'm Andrew Del Piano. The Redmen are going to go for an onside kick. And the ball is on the turf. And it looks like Central recovered this one as it took a few bounces. And Central comes out of the pile with the football. As it was recovered by
Mark Ciccarelli came up with that.
Ciccarelli on the recovery at the bottom of the pile. A nice effort, though, from the Redmen as it tipped off one of the Central fingertips. And there was a scramble for it, but Ciccarelli coming out of the pile with it. And Central recovers the onside kick. Looking to drain out the rest of this clock. As Aiden Pereira back onto the field for Central. An interesting decision as Central is up 16 with 4 minutes left, and a false start coming in on Central. Some miscommunication. And that's going to grant it a loud roar from the Redmen sideline.
That 5-yard penalty back Central up. It'll be 1st and 15 from their own 41.
You know, if you're just tuning into this ball game, it doesn't sound like it's a 30-14 game. This feels like a tight battle between these two teams. As the Redmen just have not given in to this Central team. Pereira up the middle, staying on his feet. Pereira down the sideline, getting some more blocks. Pereira right back into the ball game, and he lost the ball. Did he get over the plane, though? And this is a touchback.
Pereira nearly got in, but fumbled it out of bounds.
And the Redmen defense coming from behind on the stop to knock it away from Pereira as he reached for the pylon. And just as I was saying, Pereira right back into the ball game, nearly took it to the house. With the Redmen defense running full speed back, I wasn't able to see who stripped it away from Pereira. But the hustle on that play from the Redmen defense to keep the play alive and not letting Pereira get into the end zone with ease truly shows what this football team is all about.
So the ball rolled out of the back of the end zone after being punched out by Sean Fahey.
And it was Sean Fahey who punched it out. Thank you to the Lowell PA announcer who was able to get an eye on that.
There was also an unsportsmanlike conduct against Central Catholic.
And then the extra flag came onto the field for the unsportsmanlike conduct on Central. Like I said on the last offensive drive for the Redmen, we thought it'd be the last time we see Rometta, but it's not. 3:51 remaining, the Redmen down 16. But the energy all on the Redmen sideline. A pass out to the left side for McKay. Taken down by Central, number 11. Preston Zinter on the tackle.
Rometta's pass complete to McKay. Gain of 4 on that first down completion.
A 4-yard completion out to McKay, who's had a solid game receiving the football. 2nd and 6 from the Redmen 39. Rometta Alone in the backfield, 5 receivers out wide. Taking the snap, faking right, throwing down the sideline. Fahey, incomplete. They were trying a streak route down the sideline for Fahey, who just made that touchdown-saving tackle. And then stripping it away from Pereira. It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Redmen from the 39. As they fake the bubble screen out to the right side, then we're looking for Fahey on a deep route. Rometta dropping back, time in the pocket, over the middle. McKay off his fingertips. And that's been one of the stories of the day for the Redmen, just haven't able to haul in Rometta's passes. As there's been a few key drops in this ball game.
So to bring up 4th and 6.
4th and 6 for the Redmen offense, needing a first down to keep the ball game alive. With under 3 minutes left in the ball game. Redmen in a clear passing down, a shotgun formation for Rometta. Rometta rolling out to his right, looking for the options. And the pass nearly intercepted as it's ripped away by McKay. As Ciccarelli broke it up from McKay.
Broke it up once again by number 21, Mark Ciccarelli.
And a name we've said
So the ball turns over on downs.
quite a bit tonight. Mark Ciccarelli with quite the ball game for Central. So the Redmen turnover on downs. Central will take over at the Redmen 39-yard line. And Aiden Pereira returning back to the field for the Raiders. Redmen forcing a turnover on that last possession, looking to do the same. Pereira keeping it himself, trying to get to the left side and taken down by the Redmen. Kaluolu off the edge, along with Aaron Conley.
Pereira brought down in the backfield by number 5, Kalu Olu.
And Olu getting there from his linebacker position.
2 brings up 2nd and 12.
Losing 2 yards on that last play was number 2 for Central. Back to the 41-yard line, a 2nd and 12. Handoff. And the Redmen able to stuff it once again. Nick Wilson and company. As it was Leighton who got the carry. But barely got back to the line of scrimmage.
67, Nick Wilson. No gain on that play, brings up 3rd and 12.
Nick Wilson there in the middle. Another one of those key nose tackle players for the Redmen who will return as a senior next year for this Redmen team. The Central continues to eat down the rest of the clock, under 90 seconds left in the ball game. And with the play clock winding down, Chuck Adamopoulos is going to use a timeout. A minute 14 left in the ball game. The Redmen showing no quit as they've made this a 30-14 ball game. The conclusion right after this. Welcome back to Colley Stadium. Friday Night Lights here in the MVC Championship. It's a 3rd and 12 for Central Catholic from the Redmond 41. Handoff up the middle. Breaking through there is number 34, Layton.
Number 34 on the tires, Latham on the carry.
On the power through. He's going to be just short of the first down marker as he fired through the hole, shot out of a cannon.
Nice gain on the play, but brings up 4th and a long 3.
As it's a 4th and 3 for Central Catholic, under 40 seconds left. Just eating out the rest of the clock until they can get hold of the MVC Cup. Pereira in the shotgun. Handing it off, keeping it himself. And he picked up the first down.
Pereira keeps it himself and gets the first down.
And it looks like that'll be the final play of the ball game. Central Catholic, you can start to celebrate. You are the 2021 MVC Cup champions.
Raiders 30 and the Tewksbury Redmond 14.
And that'll do it. And that will do it. At the conclusion of today's ball game, Central Catholic captures the MVC Cup with a 30-14 victory over the Tewksbury Redmen. The Tewksbury Redmen season has come to an end. They finish at 5-2. But this team gave it their all the entire night after being down 30-0 at one point, making this a 16-point ball game. And a thank you to the 16 seniors for the Tewksbury Redmen who will be moving forward in their career past the high school in all their future endeavors. But Central Catholic takes the crown in the MVC Cup as you start to see the sportsmanship between the two teams. As Redmond giving it their all, and Central noticing that after there was some tension throughout the ball game between these two teams. The ultimate sign of sportsmanship through these tough COVID times. Both teams able to get a football season off and play in fall too. The Raiders take the MVC Cup in hockey, girls basketball, boys basketball, and now add to the throne with football after a 30-14 victory here at Colley Stadium here today. For the entire crew at Tewksbury TV, Jason Marshall and Brian Dorrington, I'm Andrew Del Piana signing off from Tewksbury TV for the final time this season. Thank you to everyone who tuned in for football, soccer, hockey, and basketball this season. We'll see you guys in the fall of 2021.